Just got done with the first Costa FLW Series Northern Division event of 2018. It was on Lake Champlain, one of my favorite places to go fish for big smallmouth. Ron Nelson won again this year with 20 pounds a day, which was super impressive. I had 17.5 pounds the first day, 16.5 pounds the second day, ended up finishing 39th with that. So I was a little bit disappointed with that finish. I thought I was having a really good practice. Had a couple patterns going on that we'll go through here in a second, and thought I could contend for a top 10. Took 19 pounds a day to make the top 10, which was unbelievable for that place. The guys really caught them, and really was surprising to a lot of people. So I'm going to run through here how I went through my practice and tournament, the baits I used, and hopefully it helps next time you're up at Lake Champlain. First thing I did to start off, since it was a repeat tournament, we knew spawning was going to be a big factor in the event. Bedding fish were going to be a big factor. Started out looking for them, and doing that, I cruised around using my eyes, but I also like to keep a bait in the water, and I used a 4-inch easy shiner to do that. Just rig it on a 1/4 ounce jig head, nothing crazy, regular ball head jig head, and I just swim that around pretty fast. I don't bother slow rolling it. I just want fish to follow it in, shark behind it, roll on it, whatever. Just keep your eye on it, keep your eyes looking around for any spawning fish, follow them back to where their beds are, mark their beds. So if I was fishing while I was sight fishing, that's what I was throwing around, and I was using a pretty bright color. It's a new color called Chartreuse Shad. It just came out. I actually saw this around a year ago in a prototype bait and figured it'd be a really, really good smallmouth bait, and had a lot of success with those fish this week, being attracted to that bait from a long ways away. Those spawning fish will go a long way to run that thing off. It was a good new color, worked really well, and I think it's going to work well through the summer and other applications as well. Right now it's only available in an easy shiner, but I think soon it will be coming in a swing impact and a fat swing impact. The other thing I did was fish post-spawn a little bit. Once the event came around, I had 2 patterns going, the spawning fish, and then I was fishing for some post-spawn fish as well. And when I was fishing for post-spawn fish in the tournament, which is what I started out each day doing, I used a couple of things. I used a 3.8-inch fat swing impact, rotated through a few different colors of that, shad, the new shad color, the new alewife color, and then the new perch color. Every fish I caught post-spawn was starting to feed back up. A lot of them were spitting up either alewives or perch. In that 4-inch size, there's a lot of dead perch floating on the surface of the water that were freshly spit up. So that was a really, really good size and color imitator in any of those couple colors. Rotated through them depending on area and the bait that was in each area. But same thing, rigged it on a 1/4 ounce or a 3/8 ounce ball head, jig head, just swimming it around, shoals, points, reefs, any of that kind of stuff, general post-spawn stuff, nothing crazy. Behind that, if I felt like there was a few more fish, I would throw in the football jig. I used a 1/2 ounce Model 2 version 2, the new one with the upgraded keeper on it. Football jig, a couple different trailers. This one is just a Chigger Craw trailer. Use that a little bit. Also used a 3.6-inch crazy flapper. Didn't really matter the trailer. This is just the one I grabbed off the floor of the boat that was left here from the event. So I'll throw that in behind the swim bait if I felt like I needed another bite or two. There was a few more fish in there. If the sun got up and they wouldn't hit the swim bait very well, I would use the jig to clean up a couple of bites. In the event, to catch those bedding fish that I found with the easy shiner, I generally used a drop shot, and I stuck primarily with the 3-inch shad impact. It's a good drop shot bait, whether you're bed fishing or fishing out deep. They really reacted well to it. Didn't matter what color really I threw in there. Tennessee shad or IU, I used a lot. The new shad color I used a lot. It didn't really matter. I just kind of rotated through all the different colors depending on how the fish were reacting to the bait. If I caught them, I might switch it up, and lost them, I might switch it up and throw another color in there and try and clean them up with that. If they didn't react to the drop shot for some reason, then I would go to a little smaller bait on a bottom bait, and I would use a spider, 3-inch Kitech spider or a 2-inch Kitech spider. Rig it on an 1/8 ounce or a 1/4 ounce jig head, just a little brown and purple crawdad imitator. That was on the bottom. Some of those fish didn't want to come up and eat. You had to get something on the bottom, get in their sweet spot, and then they'd go after it. Or if I caught them on the drop shot and lost them, or I'd caught them in practice and weighed them and sent them back down, and maybe they didn't react well to the drop shot, then I would throw the spider in there. that was kind of my combo for fishing Lake Champlain. I use kind of that same basic combination every time I go there. Good standby baits anytime you're up there, really any time of the year. So check them out, KiteTechUSA.com. Thanks.